Today we're making enchiladas. My enchiladas are kind of like a mixture of burritos and enchiladas because I feel like when you make the regular enchiladas, there's no texture there because you're soaking them into the enchilada sauce and then just cooking them. So we're going to do it a little differently today. Okay, to start, I'm going to just put a little olive oil and I'm going to put 2 pounds of ground beef, organic ground beef in my pan. And I mean, you don't have to use ground beef here. You could use ground chicken. You could actually use something like lentils if you wanted to go vegetarian. But I'm just gonna brown this up and I'm going to put in my taco seasoning mixture and then cook it out a little bit. I also have to the left here some nice rice that I just made. If you watch some of my other videos, it can show you how to make rice. All right, I'm putting in my taco seasoning mixture and I'm just going to stir this around, and then I'm going to add about 2 cups of water here because it's going to depend on how much ground beef you have. I actually have quite a bit here. So I'm just mixing this around and I'm going to let it boil, and it's going to reduce in size until it gets nice and thick. Okay, while my meat is cooking, I just want to show you here. I have my pan with my enchilada sauce on the bottom. This is normally where you would take your tortilla and dip it into the enchilada sauce, but I'm not doing that because I want to brown these in a skillet. So I'm going to start working with my enchiladas. Call them burritos for now if you want. I have this wonderful black bean dip, which is pretty amazing. Now, obviously, if you want to make your own refried beans, by all means do that. That also is a wonderful thing, and maybe I'll just do a video on refried beans. But for now, you know, this is going to add extra protein. It's going to make it taste really good. The next step is we're going to put our rice, meat, and cheese in here. I'll show you how to roll it up too. Okay, so we're going to roll these up. I'm first going to put a little rice in my burrito, enchilada, whatever you want to call it. Then I have my meat is done. I'm going to put some meat on top of that. And then I'm going to put in a couple of green onions and then some cheese, and I'm going to roll it up. Okay. I want to roll this up so that I'm folding in my sides, right? Just like the burrito. I'm folding in my sides and totally rolling it up seam side down. So now I'm going to finish rolling all of my burritos and we'll give them a little fry in the skillet. Okay, I just want to show rolling this up one more time because the way you roll enchiladas versus the way you roll burritos are a little different. And, you know, I don't know that there's any one right way, but it's actually a little easier, which I wasn't doing before. If you, oh, I forgot my cheese. Hang on one second. Let me put my cheese in here. It's just a lot easier if you fold in the sides and then make it like a little envelope. It's going to be a little thicker and shorter this way, but this is really how we're going to get the seam for cooking it. All right, so I have my pan here and I'm putting in some avocado oil because this is, I don't want to use olive oil here because I want to make sure that the temperature is nice and hot to get these brown. And when they're done browning, I'm going to put them in my casserole dish here that I have my enchilada sauce. So I'm going to put that right on the stove, right next to the pan. And we're going to put our enchilada burritos into the pan, seam side down. I think I could fit 3 in here. And I'm just going to flip these so that they sear closed, get them nice and brown, and put them in my pan. All right, we're going to flip here. Look how beautiful brown that is. This is going to seal everything in. and get it nice and crispy. This is what's gonna give us the texture to the enchiladas. And by the way, I just had a discussion with my husband, so we think we should call these Enchiritos. All right, I have my Enchiritos all fried up. They're nice and crispy, gonna give good texture. And I'm just now drizzling my enchilada sauce over everything the way you would do it normally for regular enchiladas. I'm not gonna put any extra cheese on top of this. Certainly you can. I'm gonna bake it at 375 for about 20 minutes, and I'll show you the final product. Bon appetito.